I'm here with Paul. We're outside Old Trafford, 4-0 today against Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Another 4 goals for Manchester United. Another clean sheet for David De Gea.
You say for David De Gea.
Well, for Manchester United.
He didn't really have to contribute much to making it a clean sheet, did he?
He didn't today.
No, of course. I'm not besmirching the good name of David De Gea. I would never do such a terrible thing.
Never do such a thing.
Never.
We know that.
No.
How are you feeling after that?
Yeah, good, right? I mean, it's funny to just like leave Old Trafford. Oh, yeah, we won 4-0. That was good, wasn't it? Like, this has just not been the story of the last few years. But was it really ever in doubt? Maybe, like when Martial missed that chance, I thought, oh, it's going to be 3-0. And I have to leave it 3-0, gutted. But no, it's fantastic. I mean, I say fantastic. It was incredibly easy. The one thing you really don't want to be at the moment is a bad team playing against us, because we will destroy you if you're a bad team playing against us.
I find that as well. I just feel like we're very like Mourinho at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we are playing very good. I'm not saying we're not playing good football, but I just feel like we're doing enough to win the games physically. But we're still knocking them out of the park comfortable.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I'm not saying is that means then when we play a big team we're in trouble, because I think we might just be good, but you know.
That could be the difference, being able to take our foot off the pedal in these games and then being able to go into those other games.
Not to mention the difference between the game that this brought to mind was, do you remember when, you might not remember it because it's not very memorable, when we played Villa at the back end of, I think it might have been the first Van Gaal season, might have been the second. It was the season Villa went down anyway, and we won 1-0, and it was absolutely terrible. It was Rashford scored, so it was late on, but it was a terrible game of football, and we made such heavy work of it. And I remember in the press conference afterwards, Van Gaal saying that, you know, our Villa have a well-organised defence. I'm like, Villa, they're relegated already. They're terrible. They haven't got anyway. But that was a team that we made such heavy work of beating. And now, like, just don't be bad against us, because we'll smash you.
Yes, lads. It's very true. Midfield today. Now, coming into it, I was worried. Matic, Fellaini, I feel it's a bit one-dimensional.
Yeah.
I felt against Everton, we got a little bit lucky with that. And I felt against Southampton, we got a little bit lucky with that.
Yeah.
And until Herrera came on, the midfield didn't look very good.
Nope.
Now, today, I was worried. Well, I wasn't worried because we're playing Palace, but I was a bit Matic and Fellaini. And then Fellaini goes and scores 2.
Yeah.
So, like, do you feel we could play that midfield 2 against Liverpool?
I mean, we could. I guess we won't, right? I mean, Liverpool's an interesting one. On one hand, I think he'll play 4-3-3 and play all 3 of the midfilders in the centre. On the other hand, I wonder whether he'll go 3-4.
All 3 of our midfilders.
yeah, all 3 of the potential first-team midfield. I'm not. Don't mean any disrespect to Scott McTominay or Michael Carrick, I guess, a player I keep forgetting exists. But you know, the truth is, it is a risk to play Matic and Fellaini as a 2. And we saw that actually at 1-0, like we were coasting for much of this game. But Fellaini obviously scored 2 goals, a very good performance. He's got that in him. He's always had that in him. Ever since he came to United, he's had good performances in him. The problem is it's a risk because you don't know. So when you're talking about playing Liverpool or one of the good teams, then you have to think about it in a slightly different way potentially. But if he plays to his potential, then great. It's just whether he will. The one thing that I wanted to talk about, though, was the buzz when Anthony Martial came on. The buzz around that ground and the noise Old Trafford made when he did that nutmeg, and just the whole place went, whoa! And it was like a collective roar of joy.
Rashford gets it sometimes.
Yeah.
Martial gets it most of the time. And it reminds me of Giggs, Ronaldo, as they would just get over the halfway line, you get to the edge of your seats, that everyone starts to stand, and it's that expectancy.
How good was Rashford for the first goal as well? Just the skill and then the beating of the man. Just brilliant. I mean,
it's why I'm not moaning about Martial not starting the season, because the other alternative is someone I love equally as much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talking of someone I love equally as much, you do wonder whether in the end the answer is that Mata doesn't need to be in that side. But I would never ever advocate for that position ever.
I feel like we have got the best Mata. Do you agree?
I don't know. I didn't see much from him at Valencia, so I would not like to be definitive.
Because I feel like he was great at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Happened in the Europa League, Champions League.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is the matter. Like, because he's a little bit angry these days.
Yeah.
He has got that little bit about him, and he's just, I don't know, there's something about him, and he loves that little roll through the legs nutmeg.
It's lovely. And there was one where he trapped the ball and rolled it over his foot as well. No, I mean, I don't know whether we've got the best Mata, because I wonder whether actually if you built a team at a slightly lower level around Mata at 10, that would really be the very best Mata. But the best Mata in terms of contributing to a potentially elite team, I think that's fair.
Going into the international break, skipping and happy?
Yeah, apart from that, it is an international break. But yeah, I mean, you just cannot complain, right? We are playing very well most of the time, and well enough when we're not playing very well. And the one game where we were terrible, we got a win anyway. So absolutely nothing to complain about. Amazing start to the season.
And bring on Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good, confident about that?
No. Ask me after the international break. We'll see what the injuries come back. Basically, like, I've been super confident about it. Jose starts writing letters. Dear Mr. Martinez, I'm sorry, Romelu has hurt his foot and cannot come to Belgium. Dear Mr. Southgate, I'm sorry, Marcus has hurt his foot and cannot come with England. That's what we need. But assuming that doesn't happen, then yeah, as long as
I might get on writing them letters and just drop them in the letterbox. Cheers, Paul. Check out United Rant Cast.
see.